Hello and welcome to today's Monday update. This past weekend, we had lots of great ministry that was happening. We had our Palm Sunday coat collection where we gather together coats just like they did that first Palm Sunday as Jesus arrived in Jerusalem, laying down their coats in worship. We did the same thing, gathering those coats, which will then be brought to our coat bank and eventually shared with our neighbors when our coat bank begins distributing again. Yesterday, we also had our Seder meal. Wow, what a wonderful experience that was. What a great way to kind of dive in and experience what it would have been like for Jesus and his disciples during the Passover meal, the Last Supper, but also realizing that's part of the rhythms of God's people, their celebrations throughout the generations, and how that's been made new in Jesus through his resurrection. Well, in worship on Sunday, we heard these words of John chapter 12, Jesus arriving into Jerusalem, the people taking palm branches, crying out, "Hosanna, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord, even the King of Israel." And then we go on, we hear that Jesus found a young donkey. He sat on it, fulfilling prophecy. The prophecy that says, "Fear not, daughter of Zion, behold, your king is coming, sitting on a donkey's colt." As we hear these words, especially that triumphal entry of Jesus, we realize that nothing, absolutely nothing, could separate Jesus from what he had come to do. Those people came and they expected Jesus to come as a military king. But he knew who he was. He knew what he had come to do, coming in lowly on a donkey, coming in as a king, no doubt, but a king who would soon give his life up on a cross, who would wash the feet of his disciples, who would give his very body and blood, who would die on a cross, but who would also leave that tomb empty. Really, this idea that nothing could separate Jesus from what he came to do, that's the message of Holy Week. Nothing. No betrayal or arrest, no king or ruler, not even death on the cross could separate Jesus from his mission of restoration, his mission of making all things new for this world, but also for you. Well, as we move into this Holy Week, let me invite you to make 3 plans this week. 3 plans. The first plan would have to do with worship. One of the most important practices of the Christian life,